Hello everybody, this is Question Mark here on the pre-release of Innistrad Crimson Vow, and I have with me here, well, I don't know if I want to call it the Holy Grail, but the true fanciness. I was really hoping to be able to get a collector's booster box of this set. It was a little straining my budget, as I'm sure it is kind of out of the range of price for a lot of people. But I wanted to open it on camera, plus I think this set is really cool. I'm into the vampires in Magic the Gathering and Innistrad. I have an Edgar Markov vampire deck that I'm looking to upgrade. There's a box topper, which is a little concern to me that it was fold over like that, but probably, hopefully fine. And is there a second? Yeah, a second box topper. Alright, that's what I was hoping for. Another reason why I wanted to get the collector's booster box, I like the Dracula altars. I like a lot of them anyway. And I'm going to play some of them if I can get the right ones. So this is going to give me two. More than what most people will get from anything else. I'll save those till the end, though. Also, pre-ordering this got me the buy a box promo that is Castle Dracula, which I'm very excited about and will definitely be playing in my vampire deck, as it is a 3-color vampire deck, and this helps me cast those 3-color vampire spells. So, that said, we have, 12 packs in here? 12 collector booster packs. And there should be a lot of foils and alternate frame cards in here. And I am excited, because, I mean, the vampires in this set are so extravagant that I really want to, meet them at that level. I would love to have a deck that is as fancy as Olivia and Edgar and all of them are. Okay, so this packaging is really tough. The plastic is actually really thick. Ugh. That's weird. Okay. Well, we're starting off with some foil commons like Undying Malice, which I actually may be playing in my Xantia deck. I recorded a video of me opening a pre-release kit earlier today, and in the pre-release kit I got one of these that was not foil and talked about I'll probably play that in Xantia, so foil one I'm even more likely to play. So I will not be going into too much depth about commons and uncommons that I have already seen and talked about in the pre-release kit video. If you just want to hear me chat more about my thoughts as a Commander player on the random commons and uncommons and stuff as I'm going through the pre-release kit, check out my other video that I uploaded earlier. Parish Blade Trainee. Okay, so I'm going to be setting foils in one place here. This card is super gross. This card's alright. Into the Night seems kind of good, actually, maybe. Especially in a werewolf deck. Groom's Finery. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Colorless in a black for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+2. It gets an additional +0/+2 and has Death Touch, as long as an equipment named Bride's Gown is attached to a creature you control. Oh, okay. So, it's bad. I mean, 2 mana to cast 2 to equip to give +2/+0 is bad. To give +2/+2 and Death Touch, as long as you have an equipment named Bride's Gown attached to another creature you control, is still bad. Yeah, this card sucks. I'm sorry. Ooh, we got a foily forest, though. Foil basic lands, heck yeah. It's another reason why I like opening these. Oh, and the fact that there's more than one rare per pack. Here's our first rare, Sigarda's Summons. 6 mana enchantment. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, have flying, and are angels in addition to their other types. I think that there is a deck out there that this would be useful for. I don't have it. But yeah, a +1/+1 counter-based deck where it's like throwing those onto 1/1s and 2/2s, well, make them angels. And that could be good. Okay, so let's see. I've been setting aside foils in one spot. I'm going to set aside foil rares and things in another spot. What do we got here? We got, so that slot is going to be a foil rare in every pack. The next slot here is a extended art commander card. So this is a different set symbol. This says it's VOC. That's Vow commander deck. 2 colors and a white for a 1/2 human cleric. At the beginning of your end step, create X 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of opponents who control more lands than you. Okay, so it's like it's got some of the wording like it's a catch-up card, but then it makes a few spirits at the beginning of your end step. Huh. The beginning of your end step. Well, so you can't do the whole trick of, like, not play a land, get the effect, then play a land. I don't know what this is good in. Might be okay. Dying to Serve. Okay, so this is the extended art, not commander card. Enchantment for 3 mana. Whenever you discard one or more cards, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Seems good in a Madness deck if you're playing original Anji Falconwrath or something like that. There are clearly some decks that will want this. Okay, then we get into the alternate border cards. There's probably going to be a few of these that are common and uncommon and not foil. So 3 mana, 3/2 Trampler. When it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. I'm on the fence about this one, probably leaning away from playing it. Ooh, okay, we have an alternate art Dracula borderless card here. Lucy Westenra? Okay. 2 colorless black for a 1/3 human. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If no one does, transform Innocent Traveler. Okay, let me think about that. At the beginning of your upkeep, any opponent may sack a creature. Okay. If no one sacks a creature, then she flips. So people have to sack creatures every turn in order to keep her from flipping. And then, Lucy, a Risen Vampire, she becomes a 3/3 flyer and gets +2/+0 as long as an opponent controls a human. As long as an opponent controls a human. Dang. I mean, this is kind of exciting. I love having a borderless Dracula-style flip card, and I can play her in my vampire deck. Awkwardly, though, one of the main things about my vampire deck, like with most Edgar Markov decks, they want to get the cast trigger for casting a vampire. She is not a vampire. And even when she flips, while she has evasion and has like a medium-sized body, that human thing I don't think is going to trigger super often, and she's 4 mana and in the first place to do it. So I don't think I'm going to end up playing her in anything, but this is a beautiful Magic card. It honestly barely looks like a Magic card. This is a beautiful object. Then we've got Cemetery Gatekeeper, and this is a mythic. Okay, 2 mana, 2/1, first strike. When Cemetery Gatekeeper enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Okay, whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, Cemetery Gatekeeper deals 2 damage to that player. 2/1 first strike for 2 is not bad. In my vampires, I like having that, rough size, but first strike I think is not that good as an evasion ability or an ability overall in Commander. And then the deal 2 damage thing, whenever they play a land, you get to exile a card from a graveyard. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. What do we got here? Oh, Markov Purifier. This is another one that I was kind of on the fence about before. In fact, in my cards earlier, I set one aside that was in the alternate frame. Well, now I've got one that is an alternate frame foil, so I will consider that one even harder. And we're coming near the end here of the first pack, and I've got a foil extended art Headless Rider. 3 mana, 3/1 creature zombie. I'm so glad that they finally made a Headless Horseman creature. There we go, get it sharp. Okay. Whenever Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you control dies, Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. This seems really good for zombies. And then we got a foil blood token that is a spirit on the other side. Love it. That's another thing that I really like about these collector's boosters is we get foil tokens. And you know I want to be... you get so many tokens, and that's a good thing these days to have like lots of tokens. But I'm really happy to see the foil ones. And I gotta be careful with these packs, man. The plastic is tougher, it's harder to get through, and so it's more likely that I'm going to damage a card trying to get the pack open. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to continue to be careful. I feel like I brushed the top of this creature token a little bit, trying to get that one open, so I'm going to take my time. Anyway, we got a 3-mana 2/2 flying bat. When Courier Bat enters the battlefield, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Well, that's neat. Estwald Shield Basher. I remember that being a good card for training. Alchemist Retrieval is pretty good for limited. A Braid. This is probably going to be good in standard overall. Oh, the new art. Dominic Mayer. I thought it might have been him. I'm seeing his, like, geometry. Like, there's a golden circle in this one. The other one I saw from him had a golden triangle. Oh, and there's like a phoenix in the background. Or an eagle getting a guy. And then in the foreground, there's like a mask coming off of this guy in layers. The Falconwrath progenitor was a vicious falconer. And the line is quick to remind others of its heritage. Oh, wow. Okay. We got Whispering Wizard, which I think is pretty cool. We got Foreboding Statue. I'm not familiar with this. 3 colorless for a 1/2 artifact creature construct. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color and put an omen counter on it. So far, so promising. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 3 or more omen counters on Foreboding Statue, untap it, then transform it. Okay. Then it becomes Forsaken Thresher. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add 1 mana of any color, and it's a 5/5. Huh. Okay. So it's a 3-mana mana rock, which is usually a little on the slow side, and it is a creature. But when you use it, you get omen counters, and you need 3 in order to transform it. And when you do, you make a 5/5 that starts making you mana every turn. This seems like it should be good in something. I'm not sure what, but that seems to have promise. Ooh, this planes though. Ooh. Okay. Neat. Okay, then we've got our first foil rare, the Howlpack Piper. 4 mana 2/2 human werewolf. This spell can't be countered. For 2 mana and tap it, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap Howlpack Piper, activate only as a sorcery, daybound. This is actually one of the cards that I was looking for this set. I've been brainstorming a Hans Eriksson deck for a while, and one of the problems with the Hans Eriksson deck is you want to reveal giant creatures off the top of the library in order to get them into the battlefield for free. However, you're just as likely to draw them and then get them stuck in your hand because you're trying to cheat their mana costs. What do you do about that? Well, I was going to play Elvish Piper, but Elvish Piper is a 4-mana 1/1. And that's all it did, was drop creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. It does it for 1 less mana, but this does quite a bit more. Oh, and it can do it at instant speed. That's not super necessary. I like that this can't be countered. I like that it's a little bigger. And if you if you don't drop it, if you flip it around to the other side, whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Wildsong Howler, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this could actually flip back and forth, getting creatures into your hand and then dropping them onto the battlefield. I like this. I think it is kind of better than Elvish Piper. I'm probably going to play this in the Hans deck if I ever finish it. Then we've got Timon Youthful Geist, extended art here. So this is the commander card. It has partner with Rhoda Geist Avenger. Rhoda's not in here, is she? No. 5 mana, 3/4 flyer. At the beginning of combat, tap up to 1 target creature. Okay. Seems okay. Oh, now this one. I've been hearing people talking about this one. 6 mana, 4/4 hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2+1/+1 counters on another target creature you control. Like, that seems solid as a 6 mana, 4/4 hexproof, grows things. But when you flip it, it's now... Oh, there's a... Yeah, there's some kind of weird spec on it here. Well, regardless, it's a 6/6 hexproof that gives other permanents you control hexproof. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. This thing is a monster. A monstrous monster, and I love it. And this thing's pretty good. So that's cool. Very happy to have gotten extended art mythic rare of this. Who have we here? Markov Waltzer, 4 mana, flying, haste, 1/3 at the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 2 target creatures you control. Each get +1/+0 until end of turn. This is one I remember being kind of on the fence about, leaning towards probably no, because it's 4 mana. The rest of the text almost doesn't matter at 4 mana. It's okay, though. I'll still think about it. But, okay, who have we here? Voldaren Epicure. 1 mana, 1/1 vampire. When it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Create a blood token. Well, that's nice. I'm probably not going to play that, but that's nice. What have we here? I'm probably going to be playing this card. Dracula the Voyager. 2 and a white and a black. This is the alternate of Edgar Charmed Groom. This is a grandpappy. The groom. Oh, he's still got the red circle thing, which is kind of a Markov family thing. Anyway, he's a... Come on, get it. Get it? There we go. Okay. Other vampires you control get +1/+1. Oh yeah, it's a 4 mana 4/4, by the way. Other vampires you control get bigger. When he dies, return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. He'll be transformed as the Casket of Native Earth. Oh, I haven't seen this art. A.k.a. Edgar Markov's Coffin, which is a legendary artifact that is both black and white. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink, and put a bloodline counter on Edgar Markov's Coffin. Then if there are 3 or more bloodline counters on it, remove those counters and transform it. So, I also, trying to have a really high standard for the vampire deck, I was on the fence about this guy. But honestly, vampires that when I cast them will trigger Edgar to make me a vampire, and then also do something like a Lord effect, and then also are on curve as like a 4 mana 4/4, and then also do something else, like if I get board wiped, this will help me recover slowly, but it will do it. So I, especially now that I got the borderless Dracula version, I'm going to play this. This is going in the deck for sure. And then the foil version of that common from a minute ago, which is kind of neat. Oh my gosh. A foil version of the mythic from a little bit ago. Where did I put that? Maybe over here? Well, I will find it. But, wow. Foil alternate border version of a mythic that is probably going to see some play. This card's good. It's just maybe not exactly what my vampire deck wants to be doing, because I try to be very aggressive in getting out vampires early and attacking with them. But then in Commander, you never know if you're going to be drawing a card like that also late in the game. And if you draw a card like that late, does it do much? I don't know. Okay. I found the other version of it. I'll put it in the consideration pile, because I mean, at the very least, it'll still exile something from a graveyard, and then let's see. Whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type. Okay, so I could exile a land and then Oh, and then whenever an opponent plays a land, they get dinged for 2? Okay, you know what? I am reconsidering that card. Oh, hey! This is the 1/1 black and white life-linking vampire token. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to need that. Flourishing Hunter is a 6-mana, 6/6 wolf spirit. When it enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to the greatest toughness among other creatures you control. Boring. Hate to say, but yeah, boring. Evolving Wilds, good to have another foil one, but I've got multiple foils of it. Grisly Ritual, it's honestly a little pretty, and that's like someone exploding and all their blood is in the shape of a rose. But it's a 6-mana removal spell. I kind of don't care what the rest of the text is. I know the rest of the text, it's okay, but it's just a limited card. Dark Skull Infantry. Okay, it's a Grizzly Bear with the keyword mechanic. Gives +2/+2. Seems kind of bad, actually. Ancient Lumberknot. I remember Lumberknot used to be sick back in the day. Hexproof and stuff. Okay, so a 4-mana 1/4. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. I would say seems good in Doran the Siege Tower, but this is kind of redundant to Doran the Siege Tower in a way that it's worse and costs more and is smaller. It doesn't hurt your opponent's creatures. Some Doran decks are playing like Treefolk tribal elements, and maybe it's kind of good in that. And usually it is kind of good to be redundant with your commander, but I don't know. I don't have a Doran deck anyway, so it doesn't matter for me. This one's so dark I can barely see it. Oakshade Stalker. Oh, right. Okay, I've got a couple of these already, though. Then we've got the Foil Swamp, and this swamp's really cool. There's stuff in that swamp that's swimming around. One guy on the shore freaked out. Skulls and stuff. This is really spooky. Oh, we've got a foil Voldaren Estate. Well, I mean, I already decided that I'm going to be playing the Castle Dracula version of it. But that's sick. Wow, awesome. Then we've got Disorder in the Court, which is the commander card for this. Let's see, X, white, blue, instant. Exile X target creatures. Can I get a zoom in on that? Can I get a focus? There we go. Exile X target creatures, then investigate X times. Return the exiled cards to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so you can blink some stuff and make some clues. I mean, Clue.deck is going to love it, assuming they're playing white. Cemetery Prowler. Oh, another one of the mythic Cemetery cares about cards. Now, it's not a vampire. I don't know what I'm going to play this in, but extended art. Love it. 3-mana, 3/4 Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield or attacks. Yeah, this is the other one where they're like, yeah, let's, once again, just make the green version way stronger than the other versions. Green creatures should be just way better. Anyway, so spells you cast cost less to cast for each card type they share with cards exiled with Cemetery Prowler. Wow, so you can just start making all your spells cheaper and... Wow. I mean, it seems good. Falcon Wrath Celebrants. I've looked over this card before. It seems alright. What in the world is this? Mysterious Blood Illness. 2 in a red. I've got full art here. It's also Vampire's Vengeance. It's an instant. It deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature. Create a blood token. Oh, okay. So... I gotta ask myself, do I want to be playing Pyroclasm in my commander deck? Well, usually I wouldn't. It is a one-sided Pyroclasm, and it makes a blood. Still, I think 2 damage to each creature is not relevant in commander very often. So I think I'm going to leave it out, but dang, that's cool. And then we got Angie, Maid of Dishonor. in another one of her outfits looking sassy. Like, she's not happy about this marriage. I've been over her before. She seems really good. I may play her in my vampire deck. I already got a foil of her normal art, and now I've got a non-foil of her alternate art. Which will I choose to play? Probably the other one, actually. This one's okay. Okay. Quincy Harker. So we got a foil full art Dracula card. It's also known as Reclusive Taxidermist. It is a 1/2 for 2. It gets +3/+2 as long as there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard, and you may tap it for 1 mana of any color. Well, I mean, this seems good in a self-mill deck. I don't know if I have a deck this would fit in, but this is really cool. And Ovenwald Oddity, a 4 mana 4/4 with trample and haste. Wow, just okay. So yeah, that card, a 4 mana 4/4 with trample and haste, is excellent. Oh, what's this? It can transform into something even stronger. Oh, it didn't. Ovenwald Behemoth. It's still got trample and haste, but now it's twice as big, being an 8/8, and other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. Wow. Okay, and it's a beast horror, whereas before it was just a beast. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but, I mean, it seems good in a beast deck. Oh. Zombie. Here to crash the party. And then the vampire token. Okay. Cool. There is so much cool stuff in this set. Honestly. Every pack has like 3-5 things I'm excited about. Yeah. Okay, Crushing Canopy. This is not one of them. Vampire's Kiss. That's neat. Good to get a foil one. Adamant Will. Cool Witness. What's with all these eyes? What's with all the eyes? It's a bird horror, 4 mana 3/3 flyer. Oh, that's a bird? Okay. It's got eyes on its wings and it's shooting blasts out of its head eyes. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card in your graveyard. You mean Surveil. This is one of my pet peeves when they reuse a mechanic that already has a keyword and then they don't use the keyword. And they act like it's to cut down on complexity when if they put Surveil dash and then all of this text, that doesn't add complexity, that takes it away. In that for people who've already seen Surveil, it fits into the theme that they're already familiar with. And for the people who haven't, everything that you need to know is there. There's no reason why the ones that include the full reminder text like this shouldn't just say Surveil and then include the reminder text. Bugs me. Or just don't use Surveil if you're not going to call it that. Same thing with anything else. Like they made Scry evergreen for this reason. Make everything evergreen. And if you're trying to keep it simple, then just don't use a mechanic they've used before. Or just start keywording everything. I don't care. Spell it out and it'll work. Anyway, that's my pet peeve. Griffwing Cavalry, 4 mana 2/2 flying training. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until end turn. Seems okay. Probably, draft stuff, really. Screaming Storm we've seen. I don't like it. Planes. Wow. Okay. Curse of Hospitality. 3 mana, enchantment or a curse. Enchant player. Creatures attacking enchanted player have trample, and whenever a creature deals combat damage to enchanted player, that player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, that creature's controller may play that card, and they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. So yeah, you can... Okay, so trample whenever people attack that player, and when you hit them, you can cast the top spell of their library. Okay. I'm not sure that I have a deck that this would be good in currently, but it is a good card. Hey, Streffen! I haven't bought any of the commander decks for this set yet, and I've been wanting to buy the Vampire one because, of course, I play vampires in Commander. I figure there's stuff that I need in the Vampire Commander deck. Well, this is one of the things I've been considering. 4 mana, flying, 3/2. At the beginning of your end step, create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn. That encourages me to hit my opponents more. It has evasion. It has okay enough stats. And then, whenever he attacks, you may sacrifice 2 blood tokens. If you do, put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible this turn. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Although, I'll tell you, the number one card that I actually need the most out of this set is the white vampire with flying that draws cards when small creatures enter. I need that. I want a foil, I want extended art, I want 2 of them. Give me that. By invitation only, saw it before, it's pretty good. Blood Hypnotist. 3 mana, 3/3 that can't block. Okay. Whenever you sacrifice 1 or more blood tokens, target creature this turn... oh yeah, I've seen this before and I didn't like it. This is the Flower Girl, and I don't like this art. Oh, we got another Dracula card. It's Dr. John Stewart. No. It's The Daily Show with Dr. John Stewart. That's been a while. 3 mana, legendary creature, human cleric. It's a 2/2 with training. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human creature token with training. This seems pretty good. It reminds me of Monastery Mentor, but it can be your commander. And I think a lot of people would have liked to see Monastery Mentor as a commander, and now they can. So cool. I don't know that I'm going to play it in anything, but I like it. And I love seeing so many of these Dracula alternate arts. I feel so privileged. Also, this is Christine Sprankle. I know Christine Sprankle. This is Christine Sprankle. 2 colorless and a black for a 1/4 creature vampire. When enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Whenever you sacrifice a blood token, you gain 1 life. Unfortunately, I don't like this card very much, but it is very pretty, and I'm happy for her. Hallowed Hunting. So we've got an extended art foil mythic rare, and this is the Enchantress deck potential finisher. I heard someone talking about this and complaining earlier, going like, well, you know, you make the 1 token and it's probably just like a 1/1. You make a second token and it might be a 2/2. And I'm like, this is never ending tokens and they get bigger every time. When you control 7 or more enchantments, they gain flying and vigilance, which you will definitely do, and it counts itself. In the Enchantress deck, this is the finisher, and it's a good one. Honestly, Enchantress decks need more finishers. This is the best new finisher in a long time, I think. So yeah, I don't have an Enchantress deck, but I'm so glad that this exists. I've played against Enchantress decks plenty of times, and a lot of times they just turn into like stacks and Pillow Fort and Lockdown, and then they struggle to actually end a game that they've got locked up. So I'm happy to see something more proactive, I guess. Wow. There. But dang. Yeah, the plastic on this is tough. I wonder if they actually... It's been a couple of sets since I've got a collector's booster, but I wonder if they actually did make them tougher for some reason. Like that, you know, like that's some foil, some metal, all right. And I wonder if there was people like scanning them or something, or weighing them, or I don't know. 1 mana, 1/1, human cleric, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. You gain 1 life. I don't know. There could be a deck. Just wants to have a 1/1 for 1 that gains you life every turn, and that does that. This card's alright. Sure. Oh, okay, I might play that. I have a non-foil version that I was considering playing. Where is it? There it is. I can kind of cut it for the foil one. I love that. I love that. There's some exciting stuff coming, though. Honeymoon Hearse. Oh, what did I hear about this? There was a song. It was something like, blood and marriage, go together like a haunted carriage. There was a little more to it. I didn't come up with it, but I thought that was funny. 3 mana, 5/5 trample. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Honeymoon Hearse becomes an artifact creature until end turn. Seems like mostly a limited thing. I don't know what to do with it in Commander, but it's neat. Sigardian Paladin. 4 mana, 4/4. Human Knight. As long as you've put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature this turn, Sigardian Paladin has trample and lifelink. Neat. 3 mana, target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it gains trample and lifelink until end of turn. Okay, that's kind of the opposite of what I was hoping you would do. I was hoping it would be like 3 mana, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. But I mean, I assume that there are plenty of decks out there that are already good at putting +1/+1 counters on things. Just slide this into the deck that already is doing those things, and it's probably strong. 4 mana, 4/4 that gets abilities and likes counters. It's cool. Whoa. Can we knock off the lock? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Then we... Aha! Wait a second. There are dual lands in this set. This is my first dual land from this set. It's blue-red. I need more of these. I need black-green. Yeah, I don't know. Well, give me more of this, please. The commander card is Thundering Nightmare. 5 mana, 3/3 Horse Spirit with Soul Bond. Okay, they brought back Soul Bond. As long as Thundering Nightmare is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Oh, this would probably be good in Marath. I'll have to tell Adrian. Oh, I've heard good things about Dollhouse of Horrors. Let's see what this is. Got the extended art. 5 mana artifact. 1 and tap and exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types, and it has this creature gets +1/+1 for each construct you control. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, you don't have to sacrifice it. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to use this in, but it is cool. Okay. Unholy Efficient. Okay, I got excited for a second. I saw a 1 mana vampire with a keyword, and I got excited because that's what I want for my Edgar deck, really. It's like a 1 mana flyer. Nah, it's got vigilance. And it's a 1/2. And you can pay 5 mana to put a counter on it. Gosh. I mean, that's a lot of mana, and vigilance isn't... so I want my vampires in that deck to be good on curve, and to be good if you draw them while you're flooded late in the game. This is kind of good on curve, and not that good later. Oh. Van Helsing's Holy Ward. Oh, right, this is that Circle of Confinement, the a Journey to Nowhere for small things and vampires. That seems okay. Olivia's Attendants. 6 mana, 6/6 Menace. Whenever it deals damage, create that many blood tokens. Oh, we making lots of blood tokens. And 3 mana, deals 1 damage to any target. Gosh, I mean, this is a strong card. But it doesn't really go in my version of Edgar. 6 mana is too much. For anything, really. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. 4 mana, 1/3 human. At the beginning of your upkeep, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If no one does, transform it. Oh, it's the same one as the lady. Okay, and then it turns into a vampire. Oh, it's pretty spooky. And she becomes a 3/3 flyer that gets +2/+0 as long as an opponent controls a human. Yeah, so once again, not going in my vampire deck because it's a human on the front, so it won't trigger Edgar. It's still neat. And the extended art foil rare is Alchemist Gambit. 3 mana. Take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage can't be prevented. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. And you exile Alchemist Gambit. But if you pay 7 mana, including blue, then you don't lose the game at the end of that turn. I've heard people are not happy about this coming into Standard alongside Alrund's Epiphany still not being banned. But, I don't know. I don't know that I care about that. It's not really my beef. And outside of that, like in Commander, is this any good? Well, the one deck that I play where I would consider like taking an extra turn in this fashion is a mono red deck, so I can't play it because of the blue there. My Kiki Jiki combo deck can't play blue. So, alright. I'm probably not going to get much use out of that one. That is okay. There should be like a little cut corner, like a little nip, a little bitten part, you know? Like, actually the Japanese boosters I opened earlier today, I think, have a little bit of that. Oh. So I have to use so much force to get this open. And then when it finally does, like, give, I'm worried that I'm using too much force and it hurts something. It did hurt my pig token in the other one, a little bit. Kessig Flame Breather, I think, is a pretty good card. Snarling Wolf is a Rootwalla. Aim for the head, good in draft. Unholy Officiant. Oh, this is that other card that I thought got my hopes up and then wasn't good enough. Bordered Window, I may play that. I'll cut the non-foil version. Alluring Suitor, 3 mana, 2/3. Oh yeah, this one was... I mean, it makes 2 red when it transforms, and then for 2 red, you can pump 2 creatures. It's got Trample on the other side. I don't know. No, I just think that attacking with exactly 2 creatures is not what I want to be doing. And not what I want to be forcing. Cool Mountain. I've got a third by invitation only. I got the normal version, the extended art version, and now foil version. Luckily, there's more versions. There's a extended art foil that I don't have. Who do we have here? Okay, another 6 mana vampire, so I don't think I'm going to be playing it. But it's a 6/6 vampire soldier. Whenever it or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, Markov Enforcer fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Markov Enforcer this turn dies, create a blood token. It's strong, but I'm not playing 6 mana vampires generally. Oh! Okay, this is the card I was hoping to get. Glorious Sunrise, because it does friggin' everything. Oh, and that's Arlen Cord and Teferi and I want to say Catilda? Anyway, 5 mana enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Target land gains tap for 3 green. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater, or gain 3 life. Just does friggin' everything. I don't even know what deck to put it in because it seems like it would be good. It's just green good stuff. I don't know. Voldaren Epicure we've seen and it's cool. Falcon Wrath Celebrants we've seen and it's cool. Mina Harker. Okay, I haven't seen her. 2 mana, 2/1. Oh, it's Thalia. Okay. Well, cool. We got another Unholy Officiant foil alternate art. Okay. We got the foil alternate art of Angie, Maid of Dishonor. And full blood token with a pig on the back. Okay, so now which version of Angie am I playing? The alternate art foil, the alternate art non-foil, or the original art foil? Oh, and I figured out who that looks like. It's Cate Blanchett. I think I might prefer the original foil still, but I don't know. I'll ask other people's opinion too. Get a second opinion. In the end, I'm going to go with whatever I like. And I think I like the other one more. Okay, trying that. There. Okay. Dang. Oh, human soldier token. This is, yeah, that one hero guy makes them. Undying Malice. Cool. Already playing it. Cool, cool. Binding Geist. 3 mana, 3/1. When it attacks, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Oh, don't tell me. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. I mean, the art is neat. Can we get a... There we go. The art is spooky, but I'm not going to play this card. Not in anything. Crawling Infestation. 3 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Okay, so it's a self-mill thing. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, so the first part... Okay, I like that unlike Old Rustine, this is a mill effect, and then a when things get milled effect separately. So that it can trigger with it or without it, potentially. You mill 2, and some decks, of course, like that. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn, create an insect. I don't know, this seems kind of good. I don't know. Biolume Egg, 3 mana, 0/4 Serpent Egg. Defender, when it enters the battlefield, scry 2. When you sacrifice Biolume Egg, return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. It doesn't say when it dies, it says when you sacrifice it. So literally you can't just like block with it. You can't use a destroy effect on it or a -4/-4 or something. You have to sacrifice it to something. If you do, what's the payoff? Payoff is a 4/4 where you can sack 2 islands to make it unblockable until end of turn. This seems like pretty hot garbage. Pretty hot garbage. Swamp, love it. Cemetery Gatekeeper, again, my man. Another foil. I hope this guy's expensive, because now I got a bunch of them. I think I'm going to play the other version, though. But still cool. Ooh, Sinister Waltz, what do you do? From Commander. I'm liking getting more of the vampire cards from the Commander decks. Let's see. 5 mana sorcery. Choose up to 3 creature cards in your graveyard. Return 2 of them at random to the battlefield and put the other on the bottom of your library. Well, not good in my vampire deck, because my vampire deck plays lots of small vampires. This is clearly a strong card for certain things, but not my vampire deck. Graph Reaver. 2 mana, 3/3 zombie warrior with exploit. When it exploits a creature, destroy target planeswalker. At the beginning of your upkeep, Graph Reaver deals 1 damage to you. Okay, I remember seeing this before and remarking that it seems like a sideboard card. Like, if planeswalkers are a problem for you, but like, I don't know, are we seeing that many planeswalkers in Standard these days? I don't know. And we're definitely not seeing them that much in Commander. So, it's okay. Oh, hey, it's Sprankle. Neat. Nice to see you. Another Lucy. Well, I mean, I was super happy to see her the first time, despite not having a use for her. I'm a little less happy to see her the second time. It's very stylish, though. Very cool. And Grolnok the Omnivore. Okay, I'm super happy to have gotten the frog. I didn't get the frog the first time. 4 mana, 3/3 legendary creature frog. Whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a card counter on it. You may play land cards and cast spells from among cards you own in exile with card counters on them. This card's just good. Frog Tribal might be a thing because of this card, but even if it's not, this card's just good. And we got the foil Falconwrath Celebrants, which is okay. Is this the one? Oh, I think this might be one of the big bombs I was looking for. 4 mana, 5/6. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's fair. You don't get 4 mana 4/4s. You get 5/6s. And flying. And trample. So, what? Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Whenever Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. Oh, so it gives them an obligation to rummage. This card is super strong, and I think I gotta play it in my vampires. Even though 4 mana is pushing it, it's so strong. A 5/6 flying trample. Yeah. And now that I got the fancy pants version of it, doesn't get much fancier than that. And then the insect that has a human soldier on the back. Okay. How we doing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. We're a little over halfway through. And we do have the 2 box toppers left. So about halfway maybe. Actually, considering I'm not really going into detail about cards that I've already seen, we are over halfway through. Okay. That time I managed to open the pack without risking the cards so much. Kind of banged my fingernail a bit, though. Ow. Oh. That's a different token. That's a 2/3 black vampire token with flying and lifelink. What makes that? I don't know. Chill of the Grave, I've said before, I think this card's good. For like limited and stuff, might be good in standard. End the Festivities. 1 red, End the Festivities, deals 1 damage to each opponent, each creature, and planeswalker they control. God. I'm not sure where this is good in, but this seems like a strong version of what it does. Toxic Scorpions, alright. Blood Fountain. Okay, I wanted to think about this card, because I heard some other people saying they thought it was good. Let's see. 1 black for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood. 4 mana, tap, sack it, return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Ah, yeah, okay. So what I was saying before is that my vampires in my vampire deck tend to be small. And I would really like to recast them to trigger Edgar Markov to get more free vampires. And some of the resurrection spells I see return to the battlefield, which is good, but tends to cost more mana for the effect, when I'd really rather get the cast triggers. This does a blood, and then resurrects 2 of my vampires so I can recast them and really get 4 vampires. I actually should consider this, I think. I'll consider it. Inclusive Taxidermist is alright. Radiant Grace. +1/+0 and Vigilance when it dies. Return to the battlefield transformed. Attached to an opponent? What? Oh, right. Okay, so this is that aura. You have to play it enchanting a creature to make it a little bigger and get Vigilance first. But then, when the enchanted creature dies, you can friggin' Blinding Obedience somebody. It just affects their creatures, but that's the main thing that you want to affect. I don't know. There might be something here, but I haven't unlocked it. Island. That's a really cool island. Wow. Okay. Foil Voice of the Blessed. That's really cool. Scion of Opulence. That's going to be the commander card. 3 mana, 3/1. Whenever it or another non-token vampire you control dies, create a treasure token. That could be good. That could be good. It's just, half of my vampires are going to be tokens. I won't get treasures off of them. But getting treasures off of the non-token ones is pretty good. And then a black, sack 2 artifacts, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So it can be card advantage if I sack Bloods or something else. I gotta consider it. An extended art Voice of the Blessed. I mean, neat, but unnecessary at this point. I'm not playing standard. I only need one. Blood Petals Celebrant, I don't like. Bloodsworn Squire is okay. Oh, what have we here? Renfield, Delusional Minion. A version of Aruth, Tormented Prophet. Where's the focus? Where's the focus? Focus. Oh, there. Okay, good enough. It's a human wizard. It's a 2/4. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead. You may play those cards this turn. I mean, seems okay. I don't know. I don't want to really linger too much on what to do with this. Oh, wow. Okay, the art on this one actually genuinely spooked me. Like, hello. Staring right at you, you know? Wow. Okay. Is the card good? I don't know this card. It's a common. That's a bad sign. 4 mana, 3/3 menace. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice a blood. If you do, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I mean, it doesn't really make the cut for my vampire deck. It costs 4 mana. Wow! Okay. Foil Extended Art Mythic Rare Bomb. You remember this one? One that has hexproof and gives all your other permanents hexproof and makes all your creatures bigger and is a 6/6. Wow. I got a foil Extended Art Mythic. I love collector's boosters. That card is so sick. Okay. Can't get that open. There. You can see the camera shaking, and sometimes it's from the effort. Belligerent Guest is okay. Flourishing Hunter is okay. Evolving Wilds is cool. Grisly Ritual sucks. Thirst for Discovery. This is my first one of these. 3 mana, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. It doesn't leap out at me like I have a deck that this would be perfect for, but this is clearly good. Wedding Security, 5 mana, 4/4. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice a blood token. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Wedding Security and draw a card. Not for my vampire deck, though. Not 5 mana, 4/4, no evasion or anything. Island is spooky and good. Oh, this is one of the other wheel effects that's in standard right now. They put like 3 in this set. 4 mana sorcery. Discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you discard this turn. Seems good in Madness. Because remember, while normally this would be like, say you had this and 5 other cards in your hand, it would be discard 5, draw 5. If you discarded cards for other things earlier in the turn and then cast this, it will still count the other cards you discarded for other purposes. So, seems good, but I don't have a purpose for it, personally. Sudden Salvation. Okay, more of the Spirit deck. I want more of the Vampire deck. 4 mana instant. Choose up to 3 target permanent cards in graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control. You draw a card for each opponent who controls one or more of those permanents. So you resurrect 3 permanent cards that like died this turn, and if you give any to your opponents, then you draw cards. No, you draw a card for each opponent. So if you give 1 to an opponent, you draw 1 card. If you give 2 to the same opponent, you still draw 1 card. If you give 1 to one opponent, 1 to another, you'll draw 2 cards. Okay. Huh. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Oh, I've heard people talking about this card being really strong. Let me read it so I know what they're talking about. 4 mana, 4/4 flyer, off to a good start. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so that's a pretty big, like, prowess trigger right there. Pretty big magecraft kind of trigger. You make dragons. Cool. Once again, I don't think I have a deck for that personally, but it's obviously strong. Skulking Killer? 4 mana 4/2 Vampire Assassin. Okay, and there's a maze in this one. When Skulking Killer enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn, if that opponent controls no other creatures. Seems bad, actually. Mysterious Blood Illness I've already got, and it's cool. This is the one I've been looking for. The Welcoming Vampire. I want this. I want more of this. I want a foil one. I want a normal border. Everything. 3 mana 2/3 flyer. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. I had Mentor of the Meek in my vampire deck until very recently as the only non-vampire in the deck. Now I don't need to play that anymore. I can play this, and it'll be, for the most part, better. One awkward thing is that when you are using Edgar and you cast Welcoming Vampire, the trigger makes the 1/1 token first, entering the battlefield, then Welcoming Vampire enters the battlefield. But whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter... Okay, so she won't trigger off of herself. That's fine, honestly. That's fine. I'll deal with it. It's otherwise repeatable card draw in white, in vampires, with evasion, with a reasonable cost. Everything I wanted. Give me more of this. Bloodsworn Squire. That's neat. That's nice. What the heck? Oh, the Dreadfast Demon. 7 mana 6/6 flying. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice a non-demon creature. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Dreadfast Demon. Yeah, it's a demon that makes demons that are like itself. And unlike other demon cards that make you like sacrifice a creature every turn, the drawback of not being able to sacrifice a non-demon is nothing. If you do sacrifice a non-demon, you get another 6/6 flyer. And if you don't, nothing bad happens. It doesn't deal damage to you. It doesn't become tapped. You know, it doesn't get sacrificed or anything weird. Nothing bad happens. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Wolf. Apprentice Sharpshooter. Reach training 1/4. Seems bad. Might Leech Ghoul actually seems kind of good. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand is pretty powerful. 2 mana 2/2 with Exploit. Militia Rallier. 3 mana 3/3. Can't attack alone. Whenever it attacks, untap target creature. Selhoffen Tumor. I'm seeing a lot of commons I actually haven't opened yet in this pack so far. Like 3 commons I haven't seen in a row. 2 mana 1/3 zombie. Tap, discard a creature card, draw a card. Yeah, discard a creature card. That's a little tough. Runebound Wolf. Is this another one I haven't seen before? 2 mana 2/2 with 3 colorless and a red and tap. Deals damage equal to the number of wolves and werewolves you control to target opponent. That seems pretty good in the Wolf Werewolf deck. I've seen you and I don't like you. Cool Mountain. But another foil Angie. I've got a playset of Angie now. And 3 out of the 4 are foils. Jeez, I mean, she's cool, but that's plenty, thank you. Oh, and actually... Ooh. And actually... I just noticed that she's not sitting flat. She is slightly curled right out of the get-go. That's not cool. I'm not playing that one, probably. I mean, I've got alternates. Storm Souls is the commander card. Return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Excuse me? Each of them is a 1/1 spirit with flying in addition to its other types. Exile Storm of Swords. Okay, that does lower it a bit. I mean, it's 6 mana, You resurrect all your creatures, but they're small spirits. I mean, that could be good. Dream Shacklegeist. I saw this card and it seems good. Alluring Suitor. I've seen this card and it doesn't seem good enough. Search the Count's Castle, aka Thirst for Discovery. That's really cool. Voldaren Bloodcaster. Oh, I think this is the other one that I really wanted. 2 mana, 2/1 flyer. That's so perfect for my Edgar deck. Vampire Wizard. Whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood. That's nice. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform it. Transforms into Bloodbat Summoner. Oh, here's some sirens outside. I think they're far away. Bloodbat Summoner is a 3/3 flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste in addition to its other types. So, this is just so good. This is exactly what I want to be doing in my vampire deck. 2 mana, 2 power, evasion, and does something else. Excellent. Belligerent Guest. Seen it a couple times before. It's okay. Oh. Remember how I said this was good and I want to play it? Well, I got the foil full art Dracula version. Holy shit. Now I've got a tough decision. This is like the ultimate bling version, and yet I kind of like the lady with the rose petals. And then they flip. Oh, okay. Focus. Can we get... Yeah. Okay. I don't like his jutting lower jaw. Whereas this... I don't know. It's pretty slick. If I get a foil of this one, I'll actually play it over Dracula. If I don't... It's hard to not play another Dracula. Holy wow. Okay, and those were they back to back like that? Or it wasn't? Wow. That's cool. I'm glad that I got either version of it. And I happen to get both. This is turning out. This is really working how I want it to. If I get another one of the white, like, welcoming vampire, then, like, I've got everything that I wanted. It would be cool also to get a planeswalker too. I haven't gotten any planeswalkers yet, right? Wonderlight Spirit can block only creatures with flying. Don't like it. Sure Strike, seen it before. It's a cool card. Nature's Embrace is okay. Fearful Villager is okay. Sanguine Statuette. I don't know this one. 2 mana. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood. When you sacrifice a blood token, you may have Sanguine Statuette become a 3/3 vampire artifact creature with haste until end of turn. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Confinement. I've seen it. I don't like it. Swamp. This is so spooky. This is also a forest. This isn't a swamp. This is clearly a forest. Look at all the trees. Can you not see the swamp for the trees? I don't know. Okay, we got a foil mythic rare vampire here. Henrika Damnathi. 4 mana, 1/3 flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. Not that bad. You draw a card and lose a life. That's actually good. Transform Henrika. And when you do, she turns into Henrika Infernal Seer. Oh, that hard. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. 3/4. 3 mana. Each creature you control with Flying, Death Touch, or Lifelink gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Wow. I forgot that she was in the set, and I super want her for my vampire deck. That's how good a vampire needs to be at 4 mana in order for me to go, yes, definitely. Evasion, does another thing, becomes big, it draws cards, kills creatures, it gets Death Touch and Lifelink, and yeah, that's what I want. Predator's Hour, another commander card. What do we got here? See a werewolf, some bats, some ghosts. Sorcery for 2 mana. On tone of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at and play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Okay. If you want to be stealing cards off of the top of your opponent's library, this is a good card for it. Stensia Uprising. 4 mana at the beginning of your end step. Create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then, if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stensia Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. So the humans don't have any abilities like haste or first strike or anything. Menace, nothing like that. 4 mana, and you get 1 a turn. And then you control 13 permanents. Well, let's say when you cast this, you've got 4 lands and this, so that's 5. At the end of the turn, you'll have 6. So how many turns is it going to take for you to get up to 13? I'm thinking off the top of my head maybe 2. So it'll be 2 more lands and 2 more of these humans. So that'd be the 4, 5, 6 plus 8. So yeah, about 2 turns probably. And then you sack it. And you do 7 damage to a target. In Commander, 7 damage will kill a creature pretty good. People don't play that many Planeswalkers. It won't kill many players. And you shut off your human creation at that point. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. I don't know if this card gets play, but oh well. This art again. Cool. Got another Quincy. Still cool. Oh, Eruth, Tormented Prophet. This is the version of her that I wanted. I haven't gotten many of these black and white cards here, but this art is a Tormented Prophet indeed. This is cool looking. Another creepy flower girl that I don't like. Another foil Voice of the Blessed. I've got a play set of this guy. It's build a standard deck. No, I don't want to. I want to turn these into arena. I don't want to play standard in paper in real life events. No. Why? Hopefully I can sell them. That would be good. I mean, that's always kind of in the back of my mind when I'm opening boxes like this, is that when I do get duplicates or valuable cards that I don't plan on using, I can sell those or trade them towards the cards that I do want. And aka buying singles, except I'm buying singles with my excess while getting all the cool stuff, or at least a lot of it, randomly. There's so many cool things in here, even cards that I don't intend to use myself that are still really cool. Ancestral Anger, Wolf Strike, Unhallowed Phalanx, Sanctify. We've seen all these. Lunar Rejection. I think I haven't seen that one. Let's see. Knocked over a little stack over here. There we go. 2 mana, instant with Cleave. Return target wolf or werewolf creature to its owner's hand, but draw a card. Return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. Okay. Skull Scob. Blue-black for a 2/2 zombie with exploit. Whenever a creature you control exploits a non-token creature, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Seems good, actually. Forest. Cool. Hey, I got another one of these dual lands. I forgot to ask for more dual lands. But that's good. Breath of the Sleepless. This was that Spirit Tribal card that I don't care for. 4 mana, you can cast spirits as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a creature spell during an opponent's turn, tap up 1 target creature. It's fine. Mirror Hall Mimic? What are you? 4 mana, you may have Mirror Hall Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a spirit, in addition to its other types. Okay. So it's a clone, but it's one of the clones that doesn't get legends very well. And that I do play clones that can copy legends. Oh. Come on, come on. There, good enough. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. Oh. So, what I'm seeing is the backside is followed footsteps. That's a little different. That's a little different. Okay. This might see some play after all. The disturbed side of it, anyway. Seen it. Don't like it. Oh my god. Another Dracula. Another of the same one that got foil and... wow. There's so many different versions of cards. I got so much good stuff in here. A lot of it's repeats now, but, you know. And then my last real card in these collector boosters is Ascendant Pack Leader, which I heard, like, this is a really good 1-drop. Let's see. 1 mana, 2/1, creature wolf. Ascendant Pack Leader enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Ascendant Pack Leader. That indeed does seem very good in the wolf and werewolf deck. Okay. So, that means we are down to the box toppers. Okay, now, these should be full art Dracula alternate foil versions of cards. I've already seen a lot of those. In fact, I've already gotten all the ones that I care to, I think. So this is just going to be gravy for me, I think. But these cards do tend to be some of the most valuable. And they can only be found in box toppers or collector's boosters. I just happen to have opened 12 collector's boosters. Is that a little... It came out of the pack looking like that. Does that come off? Okay. Well, what do I get? It's Van Helsing's Holy Ward. It's an uncommon that is not very good. Okay, well, not fond of that. Ooh, I would have been really disappointed if... well, tell us what you think about Magic. Well, if I get a uncommon with virtually no usefulness as my box topper, a one and only, that would have been kind of sad. Oh! Well, I got another one, the Dracula, the Lord of Bats. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's do a quick, I'm gonna have to look up the price on this guy, because I got him every which way. Voldaren Bloodcaster. I think, and only in the second half of all these packs I get. Oh, and of course I got a lot of Voice of the Blessed as well. Voice of the Blessed. Voice of the Blessed. Didn't I get one more? Invitation. Yeah, Van Helsing's Holy Ward. My invitation only, I got 3 of those. Angie, I got a full play set of Angie. Lucy, Priest of Blessed Craft. Wasn't there someplace else where I was keeping the Voice of the Blessed? Did I... Oh, yeah, I started doing that wrong. Okay, Voice of the Blessed. There we go. I got a full play set today of Voice of the Blessed. And got a full play set of those. Alright, so there's some repetition here, but I believe I still got everything that I was looking for, except maybe well, I didn't get any Planeswalkers, which is weird. No Chandra, no who else is in this? Kaya, No, is Teferi in this one? Who's this last Planeswalker in this one? I forget. But, well, I got 4 of these, including 2 foil ones. Yeah, if I got a foil of this one, I was saying I would be playing this in my deck, I think. Just because I prefer the woman. And like as impressive as this is, there's something about his like jutting jaw that I think is ugly. But this is also just the most bling. So between these, I guess I'll think about it. But overall, the haul I think is impressive. I will look up the price on a lot of these after I'm done filming here and get some numbers. But overall, I'm pretty happy. Oh yeah, I guess I could have also used more of the dual lands. I'll be probably trying to trade for some of those. If anyone's looking for more Dracula Lord of Blood, I got a couple I don't need. Or Voice of the Blessed, I got a normal, extended art, foil, and extended art foil. I got every version. The Dracula, there's actually versions I don't have. I don't have a foil of this. I don't have the normal art or the foil of the normal art. So, surprisingly, there's 3 more versions of the Voldaren Bloodcaster I don't have. Anyway, I need to wrap this up. This has been going on plenty long enough. I've enjoyed my time, and I hope you have as well. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.